So ends a struggle old as time. The inner turmoil between the desire to be better and the desire to revert to one's primal instincts. Happy 314 everyone! Eager Remy and her companions' work was not in vain, for behold, we have it ready for your enjoyment. Demo 3.
What's the use? Every dream we realize brings us more nightmares.
The beginning of any hero's journey always starts with the truth.
We're not afraid of you!
That is precious, but your bravery won't last. I will enjoy showing you firsthand what terror really is.
Not weak. You always have been.
I am weak. You're right.
Judgment is biased not.
But my sisters make me strong.
It is a choice between a transient existence or an infinite hell.
And for them,
I'll never give up!
No hard feelings, dearies. It's my world to protect.
You may not be a waste of my time after all.
Angels of Hope clash with Angel of Death. A prophecy written in tones deft.
How many times are we going to let the cosmos break us down? How much longer are we going to lie complacent? I refuse to sit by and watch as the universe burns.
When you came to power, you robbed something from me. When you destroyed the wall!
Ah, but folly! The trash just keeps on piling up, doesn't it?
it seems I have little to fear from bringing forth all I have to bear.
Applying magic against me? Perhaps you would like to see that which I saw so long ago.
You have been admonished.
Sorry it took so long. Once you start diving in and see all that there is, you see why this took the time it did, I'm sure. Between last-minute resource rushes, sending PJC on a trip to Croissant City to send me all the files in a day only to have that fail due to a public transport worker strike, to having to make 17 boss battles in under a month, we were really on the edge for this release. There will be an update dropping in mid-April, probably, that will fix whatever bugs are found, add the cut content like Apophis Labs and Sanctuary, replace all placeholders with the official artwork and get it up on Steam. Once that is done, we will be working on the final 2 discs for the game's official release. That should take at most 2 years. Demo 3 was the big one. The sheer amount of optional content that had to be developed was utterly absurd. Disc 3 will be a fair bit more easygoing. There will be about 40 to 50 art events in place of the 120 or so we had for Demo 3. Disc Delta won't have optional events at all, as it takes place in an entirely in-game area where the last part of the plot takes place. We have so much interesting ideas in store, and the plot threads will start to be tied together as this game progresses. Please look forward to it. Some updates. Z will be back on the 30th, and this is more or less confirmed now, so production should start getting good once we have all the lovable dorks back in action. I'm currently taking a bit of a long overdue break after the hellacious crunch I put myself through to see this game to the best it could be in time for release. Now it's time for Fan Art Fantastica. So since it's been a good while, there has been a lot and most of this is really cool. To start us off, we have these lovely sketches of a goddess of chaos and garbage by Phoenix, which I took the liberty of colouring in and adding backgrounds to. As Comic Maker has been going nuts. The Demon Lord Mishivia, Nanyan, and these gorgeous Tiramisus have been penned by her illustrious hand. And don't get me started on the gorgeous sailors. I love the lighting on this one so much. Our last named Ruby did this fan art of Saramitsu, and Lyoko did this gorgeous pencil render of Soltara. Rice Demos, as usual, being incredibly prolific. He did colour contests for the various Faithful, the Almi, Rex Fluxon, and Mishivia in her Sarazai form. He also did some fun sketches and all of other sketches I can't show because 10 YouTube YouTube says no. He also did this immaculate render of Zaramitsu using energy drain on some poor human victim. The Wolfman did this sprite out of Lumi to make a potential number placeholder, as well as the button used to close down the gateway in Day 5 of Disc 0, which for some reason I forgot to fucking use. Oops. And Zero did this gorgeous render of Mashivia, the iconic titular soul catcher protagonist from Seraphim, a so far unreleased game that is already grabbing massive traction. And finally, some beautiful sketches from Phoenix Astra of soul catchers, Chloe and Geese galore, and a dope sketch or two of Satanifer and the Enma. Why was there so much, Remy? Well, this is a year's worth, and I do get a lot more fan art than I deserve, but I utterly love it, and the people who take the time out of their lives to bring me these gems are my lights in the darkness. Now we go live to Remi-chan in a new house. Yep, it's back. FAQ time. I know I'm running my mouth hoarse here because I'm pretty sure no one's going to pay any attention to this, but please, if you have any questions, just send them into my Twitter at remi-chan_ccc, because I am really running out of ideas for what to do for questions and answers. I mean, I'll keep making jokes and also things relevant to the present timeline, but I really wish I had any idea of what people actually want me to answer question-wise. Or am I just picking the right kinds of questions and you guys don't mind if I do this on my own? Whatever. Anyway, with that covered, let's get to the FAQ. Question: what was the biggest challenge in getting Demo 3 released? It was the worst when the amount of things to do was at its largest. Like seeing 120 events I had to go through, that was intimidating. But once I had gotten over the general majority, even with 2 months of burnout, I could easily do 1 event per day and budget my time fairly rationally, now that the task is in front of me wasn't so utterly mountainous in scope. So mostly it was just a case of me having so much to do, and once I actually got done with the majority of it, it actually got a lot easier. So the challenge was just the factor of intimidation. Question: Gal, you're so productive, how do you do it? Answer: I'm good at rewarding progress with positivity to compensate for when I unnecessarily tear myself down for not getting as much done as I think I should have. Momentum is the most powerful force, and I keep it going by just not letting it become a chore, but something I actively look forward to doing and know I will be rewarded for. Question: this video is a bit late, any reason why? Oh, absolute aggressive exhaustion, mentally and physically. I was checked out for days, just taking it really easy as my body recovered the lost sleep and energy that, went into finishing the game on time. I've only recently started getting my energy back. Also, this fucking, that fucking live action sequence, yeah, that took me a while, and it honestly I had to put it on pause to get the game done. Like, there just was no way I was going to get it done in time, and getting the game out with its trailer was more important than getting this out, so I just had to basically delay this, because I knew this was already going to be a massive thing, so it's fine. Question: the 9.5 Simian scanner was removed, and you copied some content over from it to this. What was that about? Okay, answer time. The Simian scanner was honestly kind of a half-assed joke, and also me making a personal attack a public spectacle, which I should not have done. That was very unprofessional of me. Outside of the things I've taken from it and put here, it had no real reason to exist beyond just me tearing down people who didn't really deserve it and didn't ask for it. Question: how many enemies do you have by this point? Not that many. You'd be surprised. And virtually all of them are laughably incompetent or cowardly, so I don't have much to actually worry about. Question: how many allies do you have? Answer: a lot more than I do enemies, and I love them all. Kinda unrelated, but this is, as I mentioned, just based on the sheer speed at which it's happened. I'm less than 50 followers away from the big 1,000 on Twitter. My YouTube is going slow but steady in its growth. It's at 222 as of time of writing the script, and I hope it can be at 250 by the time a month has passed from this point. You cannot imagine how happy I am to be surrounded by so many supportive people. I look forward to grabbing more for the family. Question: tried any new food? Oh, yes I have. In fact, my reward for getting Demo 3 done on time was a nice meal at a mall with a Southeast Asian cuisine land called 8th Street. There I got pork belly rice and some buko pandan. I enjoyed both immensely. A bunch of other stuff too, which I'll show on screen for a moment. Question, whoa, that 9 minutes live action sequence was crazy ambitious. How long did that take you? A while. The hardest part was working with my makeshift full-body green screen. Once the recordings were done, the rest was pretty straightforward beyond just getting the green screen chroma key right to make it so that I didn't have much showing on screen. There's still obviously going to be stuff because it was very makeshift. And that's it. If you like what I do and want to see more over the coming months, etc., feel free to follow me on Twitter at remi-chan_ccc and then subscribe on mass so I can finally get bragging rights over Nikarasu. Peace out.